feels like the world's gone a little crazy lately, you're not wrong. They say parents should have a voice. But what happens when no one's listening? Forget the noise, the narratives, and the nonsense. It's time to have real conversations, stand up, speak out, and shine a light on what's really happening inside our schools, our systems, and our government, and what it really means for your family. This is the Lindsay Beckham Show, where we believe in truth over talking points, facts over feelings, and the courage to say what others won't. Because when it comes to our kids, silence is not an option. Only in America, dreaming.
Welcome into the Lindsay Beckham Show. I'm, of course, Lindsay Beckham, and we are live here in the WYAB studios. I'm alive here in the WYAB.
Praise be. Jeez, Lindsay.
I told the listeners yesterday, I said, that's how I'm going to start opening the show. I'm alive. Praise God, I'm alive. But I have my blonde partner in crime back here with me in the studio today. We haven't been here in a minute. We've missed you, Leah.
Well, I've missed you. It's been a while. Life be lifing.
Right.
And, you think summer slows down for your kids.
Never.
And for, work, but it doesn't. It's not. I think, as parents, we wish our life away for the next chapter. Like, it's going to slow down in this season. It's going to slow down. It doesn't. It never does. So it is what it is. Just embrace it. Embrace the busyness. And
you have to.
Yeah.
I know I say every year as session starts to dwindle down, like now we're going to get a break and now we're going to get, never happens. It seems like things just fire up at that point. But you hadn't been here, but because we hadn't really had a whole lot to talk about. But my goodness, they have now given us something to talk about. Just give us something to talk about.
Well, I would sing, but God did not give me that talent. I tell people if he gave me the talent of singing, I would be very dangerous. So
no, I don't believe that one. And I had nerds in the car for you. I left them in there.
Oh, boo.
I know. So let me just tell y'all, Leah's in trouble. She and Starla, everybody knows Starla. Starla's been on the show many times, Americans for Prosperity state director. And so we like to just make road trips. And those road trips, they have decided that they are going to eat these nerd. This is probably the reason for my heart is I'm kidding.
Well, golly, I hope it's not. So it's probably so much like red dye number 5 and like things that are just awful for you. But nerd clusters is where it's at. That is
They're so good.
Got to be, besides chocolate, the best candy because you get the crunch, you get the gummy, the chewy,
and the sour and the sweet.
Yes,
you get it all the same time.
A great combination. And I think we've made it our default road trip snack.
Yeah, so, we can't go anywhere without it. And I don't even like candy, but I got in the car this last road trip we took, and there was a bag in the back seat just waiting for me. And I was like, I didn't want to be rude. I'm going to eat them because y'all got them for me. And then I took one bite. And I was like, oh, these are so good.
They are addictive, and it's nothing but sugar. So you are probably hyperglycemic by the time you eat like 4, and then you can get jittery. But anyway, it's a good road trip candy, gas station snack, because it gets your sugar levels up, keeps you awake while you're driving, and
now a good bit of my income goes to the Nerds Corporation. I guess we're gonna have to.
We need to buy some stock, and so let's see who owns that candy.
Exactly. Well, we're going to talk about this big topic, this big controversial topic that's happening in the state right now. And this was kind of called out, I guess, by Shad White's, our state auditor's office. And so I'm going to read his post first, and then I'm going to let you, teacher, take it away and kind of explain to us. Of course, Leah Ferretti, Mississippi Ready. She is your one-stop shop for everything education. If you need to know, if you have questions or you need to know something about the education model, Leah is your girl.
Oh, thank
She's
you.
your go-to.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, it's true. It's absolutely true. But this post was put out by the office of our state auditor a few days, or 2 days ago. But he says, our office was encouraged when the Department of Education told us that EEF funds would be available to teachers on July 15th this year. At this point, it's clear that will not be the case. I mean, that's today. That will not be the case, and that MDE misinformed the public about this. Teachers from across the state have reached out to our office with concerns about the new class wallet program. Mississippi Department of Education controls the EEF program, not the auditor's office, but we do share the same concerns. The new program makes it much more difficult for teachers to spend the funds and makes it impossible to shop locally, from what we're hearing. Commonly used places to buy supplies like Walmart and teachers pay teachers are not on the approved vendor list based on what has been reported to us, not to mention the lack of opportunities for teachers to receive training that allows them to even use Class Wallet. Our office has received many messages from teachers who attempted to join training only to be informed that the room was full and they would just have to try again next week. So in other words, teachers will again, through no fault of their own, have to spend their own funds to get classroom supplies while they're forced to navigate through bureaucratic hoops to get the money promised to them. This should not be complicated. Give teachers access to their classroom supply fund well before the school year begins. Mississippi Department of Education should address these concerns with their program immediately. And so this has kind of caused a heightened sense of awareness surrounding this topic. But Leah, you know all about this. EEF, what is that? Tell
All right,
everybody.
so it's education.
Teachers out there, I know you already know, and I know y'all watch
Education.
me. I know y'all watch me. I
So-
see y'all sneaking in.
So it's education enhancement fund. So it's a supplemental pot of money that teachers can use in their classrooms. And to tell you how old I am, I remember when it was $200, but now today it's up to $748. And the issue that we're facing right now is heightened, but there's always been issues with MDE distributing these funds.
So that amount goes to every classroom, every
teacher.
Okay.
Every classroom teacher receives these funds. But, back in my day, it was $200 and you didn't get it till after school started, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Because
Right.
every teacher, when they end a school year, they may take a few weeks off, take a little break, but they're immediately getting
Planning.
ready for and planning for the next school year in June.
Getting their classroom ready.
Yes.
Buying
in
the things
June.
that they'll need for their
Yes.
students. Yeah.
So they moved up the date to July 15th, which is a good thing. Yes, it's better than school starting. They moved it up. However,
When did they do that? Was this the first year they
this
did
is
it?
the first year
Okay.
they've moved it up to July 15th. But now there's so much red tape that teachers have to go through. I know when I was in the classroom, majority of my stuff I would get locally, Dollar General, Walmart. Teachers Pay Teachers is a website, a resource or resources that are created by other teachers, and they
Share it.
sell their stuff on this platform, and
Mhm.
it's amazing. And so many teachers utilize that in their classroom. So
And I would think you would want to buy it where it's the cheapest so that you can
Yes.
spread
yes,
those dollars
and
as far
as
as
we know, unfortunately, not all, but some vendors inflate their prices if they know that they've got you.
Mhm.
You can't spend your money anywhere else. You're going to spend it here. We're going to jack it up. Like when you go to a concert or a baseball game or football game, professional game, they've got you. You're going to pay $20 for a beer because
There's probably fees
you're-
added everywhere.
You're in there. So our teachers spend so much money out of pocket. And I've talked about this in my experience and what I've done in the classroom. A lot of people, if they're not in the space they don't realize what teachers are spending.
Mhm.
They don't realize, the stress of having to manage that. And yes, some districts give additional supplements to that, but some don't.
And
Some
Leah,
don't.
and you've told this story before, and it's something that stuck with me. There were times when your classroom had no toilet paper.
No.
And you would
No.
go buy toilet paper
Yes.
yourself so that your students had access to toilet paper.
Yes.
A necessity.
Yes, and that's where we are, is access. Like our teachers do not have easy access to these funds. And some people brought up, well, because they could have fraud. Y'all, it's $748. I promise you, a teacher is spending more than that per year out of their own pocket. $748. That's not a lot when you look at the grand scheme of things.
Mhm.
So it just blows my mind that we have made it so complicated, that teachers can't access these funds. And also, I had a teacher message me yesterday that they have to watch the training video.
Mhm.
They have to watch this video before they can even access it. So
To
it's
learn
like,
how to use where they can spend these
Yes,
dollars
yes,
when they get access
yes,
to them.
and MDE has a long list of approved vendors. So that's people that have, I guess, applied to be approved vendors, and those are the only places you can purchase these materials. So what they used to do is they kind of like a loadable credit card is how it used to be, where a teacher could just go and swipe it. That's
Mhm.
not the case anymore. They have to go through Class Wallet to access these vendors to purchase their items.
I wonder what the increase in the prices
Oh,
is.
there's no telling. No,
We'll have to look that up in the commercial break and see if we can actually see.
Yeah.
Because I imagine that there's quite a hefty increase. Like you said, when they know that you have to spend your dollars here and they know that you have to have these items, they're going to jack the price up.
Yes. Yes.
That happens everywhere in
Mhm.
our world today. And it's frustrating too. And I was telling my aunt this the other day, before my kids can even start school on the first day, I'm over $800 out of pocket.
Golly, I'm so glad you brought that up because we are all in that season right now of back to school. And Lisa, you've got 5 kids.
I'm not being facetious.
No.
I calculated it. It's at least $800.
Yes.
You got $50 class fees or activity fees for
Mhm.
each child. You've got $10 t-shirts that each child has to buy or more. And you've got your school supplies, which I'm estimating $75 per child there. You've got your technology fees. Over $800 out of pocket before they even walk in the door.
I believe you. So I was estimating too, because my husband's like, well, what is this going to run? I'm like, well, I don't want to give you a hard number because you're going to hold me to it. But I mean, like, right. Blake, we're talking about you. No, don't hold me to this number. But by the time you get, some type of, newer clothes, some shoes for them to wear.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about any of that.
And if they play sports, you've got your, you got your booster club fees, your PTO fees. They may need another set of cleats. I estimated for my family, my 3 children, it was going to be a little over $3,000. And I was like,
you have the extracurriculars.
Yes.
We can't afford that in my house.
Well,
they don't even have the opportunity.
I don't know how anybody, like, I know we can barely afford it. And we're, like, okay, where are we going to cut this month? What are we going to do here? I don't know how everybody else does it either, and I think we're all asking those questions like, man, like,
whew. And then if your child tests gifted in the PA class, like my Lori is, that's even more.
Yes.
Then they want even more money for you.
So imagine being a teacher. So getting your family ready for back to school, but then you're like, okay, I've got this $748. I can use this to purchase XYZ for my classroom, and now it's difficult to access that, and they're going to pay They're going to pay it out of pocket, and hopefully be reimbursed because they need it to start the school year.
Right.
So think of all those costs that are being incurred on our teachers right now, immediately, and we know what's on our plate. I can imagine.
And I mean, even though we send in school supplies, I mean, 1 roll of paper towels per student, that's 20 something rolls of paper towels. That's not going to get you far.
No,
in an entire year.
It won't even get them to December.
No, of course not. And that's why our teachers are having to reach out throughout the year and say, hey, we're running low on this. If anybody feels led to send something in. And I get frustrated because I know how much money our legislature allocates towards our public education across the state. And I also know how much money our superintendents, that we have way too many of, pocket. So that's the frustrating part.
Well, and also, teachers can't speak up.
Right. No, of course not.
They have zero voice.
They'll get called into the principal's office.
Literally. So they can't speak up. They can't say anything, and their hands are tied. So you know what? Our hands aren't tied, Lindsay. We can speak up for them.
I'm loud.
And yes, you are. That's why you have your own radio show. But we can speak up and we can advocate for our teachers, because that is where the money should be going. Money should be going to the classrooms. It shouldn't be difficult to access these funds. And at the end of the day, we want them to be able to have the tools at their hands to be able to give our children the best education.
Exactly. 100%. Couldn't have said it better. We got to take a break, but y'all stay with us because there's a lot more to talk about concerning this subject, these EEF funds, and who controls the money? Who controls the money that is meant to be used for our students and to better their education? We'll be right back here, 103.9 WYAB. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here, 103.9 WYAB. Don't go anywhere.
103.9 WYAB. Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
When it comes to protecting all the things that matter in your world, generations of folks in central Mississippi have trusted Allstate agent Mark Dwyron. Mark knows the right coverage with the right price, helps you feel secure and protected. For decades, Mark's been a trusted agent protecting you against mayhem that is unpredictable, and he's always just a moment away when you need him. Mark Dwyron. For auto, home, life, and more, you're in good hands with Allstate. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
This is Casey Holcomb with Mississippi Hometown Realty. Summer is here, and it's the perfect time to buy or sell. When you're ready, I want you to think of me first. I will help guide you through the entire process without the stress. Check out my website at mshomesforyou.com. That's mshomesforyou.com. This is Casey Holcomb. Still, I'm doing what I love and loving what I do.
MS license number 51833. Telephone number 601-398-1620.
Remember when you had energy after work? When your mind was sharp, your confidence was high, and getting older didn't feel like giving up? That guy's still in there. Live Better Men's Health and Wellness helps men fight fatigue, low testosterone, brain fog, and low motivation with customized treatment plans built for real life. No waiting forever, no awkward lectures, just answers, support, and a plan. Living better starts now. Live Better Men's Health. Visit livebettermen.com today.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to Rheem partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Rheem and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
All in America, dreaming in red, white, and blue.
Welcome back into the WYAB studios. We are live here in the WYAB studio. We're also streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X, and we are joined by one of my besties, Miss Leah Ferretti of Mississippi Ready, because Mississippi is ready.
We are ready.
Ready for change when it comes to education in our state.
Yes.
So one thing that our legislature did do this past session, which by the way, was not tied to school choice, just for all of you out there who thinks that it was pass teacher pay raises. And I think, what did they finally end with? 2,000 across the board and then 5,000 special education, right? Is that right?
Well, I think it's 2,000 across the board, but from messages, because I get messages all the time, like from teachers, like, expressing their concerns. And again, they can't say it out loud in the public. And I did not realize that our special education teachers weren't getting that $2,000 pay raise.
So they didn't get one at all?
That's what I've been told. So, or they're not getting it. And I'm like, what? Like
and it changed so much throughout session that it's hard to bouncing back. And then there were new bills, and then bills were gutted. And so it's hard to remember exactly the details of what they ended with.
Well, and and I was thinking about this the other day, and just playing devil's advocate. That once session ends, all new laws are enacted. What, July 1?
Yes.
So MD had to get all this figured out to be able to enact it by July 1. So part of me is like, well, that is a short period of time to get something together. But then also I'm like, most of these people are very educated, like super smart. They are fully capable of figuring things out, but you're dealing with government bureaucracy,
right?
And
Exactly.
red tape, and there's nothing easy or simple about red tape and going through all these channels, unnecessary channels,
Right.
And anyway, so I think that's where we drop the ball a lot of times.
Well, Leah, in my opinion,
Please tell me your opinion.
Quite opinionated over here. In my opinion, I think that the entire Mississippi Department of Education should just be wiped out and replaced with mamas.
Well, but you know what? You're right, because mamas get stuff done.
You want to get something done, you go
Yes.
find a mama.
Yes. Isn't that what we tell our kids?
Yeah.
Like, if you're in trouble, look for a mom. Look for a mom.
Exactly. Exactly. So I know you hear from a lot of people. I'm guessing you've heard a lot of frustrated voices coming into you about this entire EEF funds and how it can be spent and where it can be spent and the training that has to take place before you can even access the place where you can spend the money. And so who does this hurt?
Well, our kids that's at the end of the bottom of the food chain, our children.
Exactly.
It hurts our teachers, so they're in for, in turn, it hurts our children. So the legislature appropriates these funds, these education enhancement funds for MDE. So they go from the legislature to MDE. They calculate how much money is going to be sent to each district. They send it to each district, and then each district has to verify what teachers are eligible to receive those funds, and then the districts were the ones who distributed it to the teachers, but now they are distributing it through Class Wallet. So it's up to the districts to activate Class Wallet, and then the teachers use their Class Wallet to purchase these items. And what I think about is, all that mess going on in West Bolivar Consolidated School District. There's not even a superintendent over there. So
I don't even know what's going on over there. I heard a little bit about it yesterday, but I haven't dug into it. What is happening over there?
As of last week, there wasn't a superintendent. I don't think they had a football coach. They didn't have a principal. They didn't have a food services manager.
How are they going to start school?
There are a ton of vacant teaching positions, and I think the senior class of West Bolivar made a public statement on Facebook.
Oh, the senior class.
The senior class
that's
collectively,
coming
yes, in? Made how I guess the principal left, and which you don't, you can only work in terrible conditions for so long, right? And like how they wanted her back, and they believe in their school and they believe in their community, but it's the adults messing it up. Because I think there was supposed to be a special board meeting was called and no one showed up. It's not like they didn't vote; they didn't show up. So like school was about to
start. Board?
The school board didn't show up. So
are they elected or appointed over there? Do you know?
Ooh, I don't know.
Vote those people out.
But God bless America. So think about those teachers. How are those teachers going to get in? Don't even remotely have access because there's no one over there.
Has the state not taken it over?
Surely it's going to. Like, I'm, like to have faith in people that, but man, could you imagine being a parent right there and like school's about to start, or like I'm a mom, a football player. It's like, what if, going into your senior year, it's your child's last year to play football. There's not a coach. There's not a principal.
What if they're really, really good and they have an opportunity to get scholarships, but now they can't
go anywhere. So like they are locked into that district in that mess.
And it's not like we have school choice where they can just go to a different school.
Right. They could, if we did, they could go up the road to Cleveland School District.
Right.
But those families can't.
They're stuck.
Yes.
Held hostage.
Yes.
Held hostage, literally. And that's why, of course, Leah and I advocate so hard and so often when it comes to education freedom, because we believe parents know what's best for their children and they should be the ones making those decisions for their children.
Well, and the thing is, when you deal with government and you deal with systems, like, man, like I don't have time for a system to correct itself. I don't have time for a system to figure it out because you only get one shot at elementary. You can only get one shot at middle school, only one shot at high school.
And my goodness, does it fly by?
You know,
I mean, we're taking senior portraits today, and
Yes.
I've been crying all morning thinking about my oldest taking her senior portraits because I just had her yesterday. She was 5 pounds 2 weeks ago.
Look, I agree. We're not old enough for these shenanigans
No.
for kids to be graduating and driving and all the things.
I still feel 25, heart attack and all.
But yeah, so we know how important time is, and when it comes to education, time is not a friend.
No,
I mean,
and nothing works quickly in the government system because it's
No.
a system again.
It is.
Bureaucrats and systems.
It is. It is. So, but yeah, so when there's so much going on right now. God bless the families in the West Bolivar School District. My prayers are with you, and I pray that your children get the education that they absolutely deserve. And but keep fighting for your community, keep fighting for your children, because if you don't, nobody else will.
Exactly. And the education, not only that they deserve, but that our Mississippi legislature has voted and allocated funds to make sure that it goes to that education.
Yeah.
And that's not what's happening.
No, it's not.
And that's
It's
so
not.
discouraging.
It is. It is. But yeah, so back to like the EEF funds, we got to do better. And I think how we do better is if MDE fully listens to their teachers, their stakeholders. Hats off to Shad's office for bringing light to that, and MDE for responding. But teachers have been saying these are issues all along. Listen to them. Listen to because they're the boots on the ground. They're the ones dealing with all this red tape garbage.
Well, listen to some of them. Some of them I don't care if you listen to
them. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they're the ones who know what these classrooms need. They're the ones who are trained to actually do the educating of our students, and they know what that involves and what supplies are necessary to make sure that education is possible.
Yeah. So, when you think about classroom supplies, you always go straight to like pencils and crayons and markers and folders and all that. I think what a lot of people don't think about, I was a former science teacher, so my heart always goes to them, is consumable materials, baking soda, vinegar, different vegetables at different times. Science teachers use so many consumable items. EF doesn't even cover that.
Right.
And then sometimes if you work in a good school and your principal will let you, turn in your receipts and get reimbursed, but majority of times that's not a reality. And really good science teachers want to make sure science is hands-on
and fun
and interactive and fun and engaging, and consumable items are a big, big part of their classroom supplies.
When I think about these funds, I think about, of course, my daughter Lori, my twins, Lori and Creed. So Creed's special needs. He's on the spectrum. Lori is in PA in the gifted class. And both of those environments require different tools in order to best educate them where they are, to meet them where they are. Not everyone learns, again, not one size fits all. Not everyone learns the same way. Some people are visual learners and some people need to be writing. We've got to meet these children and be able to educate them as they are.
Yeah, and we shouldn't make it difficult for our teachers to access funds that are supposed to go to materials for them to help make their job a little bit better, so that it's more exciting, that it's more engaging for our children who are multi-mode learners. Yeah,
and as much as we talk about where the money goes, you would think that would be one of the number one top priorities is let's use a program and let's make sure that we're able to stretch every dollar as far as that will go, because that does nothing but benefit the students.
Yes. And I think that most programs or anything that happens, it's with good intentions. But what they say about good intentions, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So, and I think these issues that have arisen are because of good intentions, but we got to do better.
There's some bumps in the road there.
A lot of bumps.
Somebody should have figured out before now.
Exactly. And we got to do better. We got to do better by our teachers. Period at the end.
I think about the programs that have been put into place in the last, I guess, 10 years or so. The My School Bucks. So now when you go to pay fees for your child, you have to do a lot of it through My School Bucks, at least in Madison County. Now, every time you purchase something through there, there's a $2.50 fee tacked onto it. I just wonder how many $2.50 are they getting, and all of that added together, where's it going?
Well, I know how much I purchased through that, and you know how much you purchase, and man, they jack you on those
Yeah.
fees every time, and it adds up. And I understand that administrators of different programs and different technologies, like you've got to have an administration fee. I understand that, but we're making things more complicated than they need to be. That's like, we got to get back to basics. Just trust teachers. I mean,
and parents.
Trust us. And I think that's where the bigger question is, like, why aren't parents trusted? Why aren't teachers trusted? We're not trusted to educate our children how we see fit. And our teachers aren't trusted to spend $748,
which is nothing.
When
it comes to a year-long supply fee.
And it's like, how did we get here? How were these freedoms taken away from us? And how do we get them back?
What happened to reading, writing, and arithmetic? And again, back to the basics and the best way to spend this money, the best way to educate our kids. We got to take a break, but y'all stay with us, because Leah, you've been doing something new, and you are sitting around tables.
Something like that.
And I want to talk to you about that. I want you to be able to share that.
Yes.
And I want all the listeners to be able to participate in that. And I want you to let them know kind of what's going on in your world with Mississippi Ready. So y'all stay with us. We're going to be right back here. 103.9, The Lindsay Beckham Show. Stay tuned. The Lindsay Beckham Show. Stay tuned.
103.9 WYAB.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to Rheem partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Rheem and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. A day after Homeland Security Secretary Markwayne Mullin issued a temporary halt on vehicle stops by federal immigration officers, President Trump overturning that pause. It comes as ICE temporarily pauses traffic stops and after those two deadly shootings in Texas and Maine. Here's ABC's Victor Okendo.
Multiple sources tell ABC News the agent involved in the deadly shooting was a newly sworn-in ICE officer, but had been a law enforcement officer with the Department of Veteran Affairs since 2017. That representative for the family telling ABC News Guerrero was on his way to work. The agents were not wearing body cameras. The car's windshields covered in bullet holes.
Escalations between the U.S. and Iran continuing. The U.S. carrying out more strikes earlier today on Iranian targets. It marked the first daytime U.S. strikes on Iran since the first 40 days of the ongoing war. Satellite images also show Iran's drone and missile strikes in the region are causing some damage at installations. On Wall Street, stocks are up. This is ABC News.
Come on down to Ascension. Come on in, Sunday worship 10 a.m. Amen. Jackson, Mississippi will sing with you. Pastor Christine sharing good news. Come on down to Ascension. Join the choir. Feel God's love lifting you higher. Ascension Lutheran Church for saving you a few.
Every night, thousands of Mississippians gather around the radio to follow the hottest team in baseball, the Atlanta Braves. And the voice leading the way? Madison's own Ben Ingram. Local roots, a winning team. If your business wants to connect with loyal, engaged listeners all season long, there's still time to become a Braves broadcast sponsor on WYAB. To learn more, email info@wyab.com. It costs a lot less than you think. That's info@wyab.com.
As Christians, it's our calling to be faithful to Christ and obedient to the Great Commission. Our heart's desire and prayer to God is that through our efforts, many would receive and rest upon Christ alone as he is offered to them in the gospel. I'm David Strain, Senior Minister at First Presbyterian Church of Jackson, inviting you and your family to join us as we strive to fulfill that mission. We're located on North State Street in Jackson. Times of our services can be found at fpcjackson.org. You can also hear the good news about Jesus Christ each Sunday morning at 9:30 on 103.9 WYAB.
At Lakeshore Church, we believe the liberation of the soul is found only in Christ. Hello, I'm Jay Frazier, Senior Pastor at Lakeshore, inviting you to come and worship with us this week. We believe in the three cross concept of ministry: the cross of salvation, the cross of separation, and the cross of service, and we believe all of these crosses should be evident in our lives. We're at 6880 South Sidewell Road in Byram. For more information about the ministries, activities, and times of service, go to lakeshorecmc.org.
And be sure to listen to Lakeshore Church's weekly program, heard Sunday mornings at 8 on 103.9 WYAB.
Here is what real customers have to say about Roder's Plumbing Service.
This is Leah. I wanted to tell people what a wonderful job Roder's Plumbing did for me recently. I called, Chris Roder answered the phone. He had somebody out in no time. They fixed me real fast. I couldn't believe they came out here like that. That's all I can say.
Plumbing problems? You need Roder's Plumbing. Visit rodersplumbing.com today.
From Jacksontown to the radio, this is the Lindsay Beckham Show.
Welcome back into the WYAB studios, streaming live here and also on Facebook, YouTube, and X. 601-879-0002 is the number if you would like to call in to the show today, and 601-879-4648 is the Lindsay Beckham Show text line. Of course, there is the online chat as well. If you have any comments or questions, we are joined by Mississippi Ready's Leah Ferretti, and she's just taking on a tour around the state, sitting at kitchen tables and tell them how they can get you at their kitchen table.
All right, so we have launched our Capital to Kitchen Table tour right after a session where I am going all across the state in people's homes, sitting at their kitchen tables with their friends and family and neighbors, talking about education freedom, what happened and what didn't happen in this past session, and what we need to do moving forward. And, you know, people are like, this doesn't make sense. Like, why don't we have this? Why don't we have these opportunities? And so listening to people, meeting people where they are, and, you know, listening to their concerns, obstacles that they're facing, false narratives that they may have heard. And
there's a lot of those.
Well, and that's what Mississippi Ready is, the parent voice for parent choice. So we help educate families on what education freedom is, help amplify their voice, and help navigate the space of education, period. But, you know, like we spoke about earlier, like we've made things too complicated. Let's just get back to basics. And when I went down my journey of needing another education option for my family as an educator, there was no one there as a resource. There was no organization to help guide me. And I feel like
don't know what their options are.
You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And so much good information is gatekept.
There's no one source to go to find this. That's what you've done.
Yeah. Well, and so anyway, so we created a one-stop shop for families and to be that resource for them. And the Capital to Kitchen Table tour has been, oh my gosh, I've done one a week since session has gone out. And if you are wanting to host a Capital to Kitchen Table, just message me on any social media. You can message me, Leah Ferretti, or on Mississippi Ready, my Mississippi Ready page. It's just me operating all that, so you get me directly either way. If you're wanting to host one, just message me. I would love to come into your home, and you can invite your friends over. We can have coffee, wine, snacks, whatever, and just let's talk about education freedom and what it looks like in Mississippi and what we need to do.
You're flexible.
To an extent. Football season is about to launch. So, my butt is in a bleacher on Tuesday and
Mhm.
Friday nights. So, with the exception of Tuesday and Fridays during football season, I'm super flexible.
Where all have you been so far?
I've been in each congressional district.
Good.
Yeah. So just burning up the road. I've been to the coast. I'm actually heading to Laurel Saturday. So if you're wanting to come to that kitchen table, send me a message and I'll send you the address.
It's so funny because Leah and I are always texting, and it'll be in the evening times, and we're heading home from somewhere. I'm headed back from Choctaw, and she's headed back from Natchez, and
Well,
we
yeah.
keep each other company.
Well, but also it helps out like when we are going to the same place at the same time. Because as women driving at night, my husband's always like, "All right, who's going with you to this one, or who's going?"
Mhm.
So you and Starla have been such a godsend, and I just so appreciate our friendship and our relationship that has grown from being in this space and being able to be travel buddies and get sugar high on
Nerd clusters. Look, you're my people. You are my people, and so I'm so glad that we got you over here. I know you're from the Delta, and I know Florida had you for a little while. Florida had you and Starla.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that Mississippi has you now.
Brought us
I'm not letting
back.
you leave
There
again.
you go. Well, we know we're here. Madison County's home. Man, like we love it. We love the Delta. We miss the Delta dearly. But yeah, Madison County is home for us, and couldn't be more proud to be in this area. And so blessed with so many great opportunities here, and just want to continue that and to share those opportunities with other people in our great state.
I love that. And of course, we've participated in several debates together. You've done some, I've done some, we've done some together. So that's also something. If anyone's
Yes.
interested in doing a debate with the for school choice, against school choice, whatever that may look like for you, if you're interested in something like that, I'm sure that we can make it happen.
Oh, absolutely. And also be on standby. So, we've got some things in the
Yeah.
in the works that are some
Coming
more
down the pipeline.
some of these panel discussions as well. And I think that's what's so important. And that's why we launched the Capital to Kitchen Table Tour, because that's where decisions happen. That's where
Mhm.
real conversations are
Right.
happening, or at the dinner table. I know my family, we try our best to sit down at the table at minimum 3 days a week. With busy schedules, it's really hard. But those are when those conversations happen, like those real
Mhm.
life things come up. We also play, we're super competitive in our home. We play spades while we eat dinner as well. We're like, all right, who's gonna get that belt tonight? And
I love it.
so that is what we do around our kitchen table. But having conversation, I feel like in today's society, in our country, we have gotten so divisive.
Yes.
And we can disagree, and that is completely okay. If you disagree with me, I'm still going to love you at the end of
Mhm.
the day. You can be wrong.
Exactly.
But
We can still be friends.
Yes, we can still be friends. And I think that's what's so great about us having these debate panel style discussions across the state, is that at the end of the day, I think we all agree. We agree that we want what's best for children.
Mhm.
It's how we get there and what is going to be the ultimate compromise to get our families there.
But yeah, but like you said, at the end of it all, we all want schools that educate our children in the best way possible, that meet their needs, that are safe, that are secure, and that our children have access to things in the classroom. Again, going back to the EEF funds, that will help them learn in the best way possible.
Yes, yes. And Lindsay, I also want to tell your listeners, when we get off, I'm actually posting. I've been editing over here while I'm on the video on this radio show.
It's not easy, y'all. It's not.
It's not. We've never in a million years that I thought I'd be a content creator, but here we are. Probably not a really good one, but here I am. But I'm going to post a video asking for teachers to share their wish list links. So every teacher that I know has a wish list, whether it's Amazon, Walmart, whatever. Share the link to your wish list if you're a teacher in the state of Mississippi on this video I'm about to post. And I'm asking for your listeners and viewers, if you watch this video, come across it, if you have $5 to spare, $10, click on one of these wish lists, buy a pack of Ticonderoga pencils, buy a pack of Crayola crayons. Because as a teacher, there are certain brands you can have and certain brands you don't want in your classroom. Just, I know people are, and I'm picky about my mayonnaise and mustard in my house.
What's your mayonnaise?
Are you going to judge me if I tell you?
I'm not.
Okay, Kraft.
Really?
I'm a Kraft girl.
Kraft.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you? I know you like mayonnaise. I saw that burger.
I'm all about some mayonnaise. It goes on everything.
Are you a
It's
Duke's? Duke's girl?
I'm a Duke's girl. That's,
Okay.
that's probably why I don't. It's all the mayonnaise. It's all the mayonnaise because it's always been mayonnaise for me on corn dogs. On all the things.
I'm a mayonnaise. I'm mayonnaise and mustard. I like both. But yeah, so there's certain things like you learn, like in the classroom, like teachers don't buy them Rose Art crayons. Those crayons are terrible.
I was about to say, what is that? What's that other brand?
Is it Rose? It's Rose Art, isn't it?
There's a Rose Art, but then what's that other one? I can't think of it right now, but they won't Crayola.
Yes, that is like just classic, good quality. Anyway, so if you come across it, if you have any like few dollars to spare, go buy something.
Pen art.
Oh yeah. Oh, those are terrible. That's terrible. If you can spare anything, go buy that, because those teachers aren't going to ask. And what I found out yesterday, that a lot of districts frown upon teachers sharing their wish list on social media, which blows my mind.
Like, why would anybody frown upon that? I mean, do they truly just expect the teacher to
shut up and do your job? That is really
and pay for all this.
Yes,
use your salary to pay for these supplies.
Yes, a lot of I think so too. I think they do expect that, and teachers do it because they love their kids. They love what they do. They want their classroom to be engaging. They want it to be, stocked with the necessities. So I'm asking you to please go on there and, as a teacher, share your wish list. And as a viewer or listener, go buy something on one of those lists. $5. It's a cup of coffee. Go do it. And that gives immediate relief to the teachers. That gets their supplies to them immediately, and they don't have to worry about waiting on this training or using this approved vendor. It gets to them immediately.
I love thinking about when you left the teaching profession and Daddy Blake, your husband, of course, she has a husband named Blake.
You might want to clarify that.
She has a husband named Blake and a daughter named Blake. And so because Leah and I talk so much, she calls them to differentiate Daddy Blake or Baby Blake. And so now when I speak of one of them as Daddy Blake or Baby Blake. So when Daddy Blake was helping you move out of your classroom, he had to get a U-Haul, and he walked in and said, what all are we taking? And you were like, all of it.
Yeah.
Because you had purchased it all.
Yes. Even some of the furniture I had purchased. And he was like, how did we get here?
How much of my money did you spend, Leah?
Yeah,
I can hear.
a ton of it. And I mean, actually, majority of it's in storage and in my attic still, because I can't let it go. Because I don't know.
Maybe one day
I might go back. Never say never. But yeah, and that was over 16 years of accumulation. So think of like teachers that have been in the game for 30 years and longer than that. And they're not keeping receipts.
No.
They're not keeping an Excel spreadsheet of what they've spent. You just do it. Like if you're in Kroger and you need a potato to do this lesson, you're just going to grab the potato.
Exactly. We got to take our last break, but y'all stay with us. We're going to be right back. I'm going to let Leah tell everyone where you can find her on all the different places out there. And we'll wrap things up for the day. Stay with us, 103.9 WIB. We'll be right back. WIB. We'll be right back.
103.9 WIAB.
When it comes to protecting all the things that matter in your world, generations of folks in central Mississippi have trusted Allstate agent Mark Dwyron. Mark knows the right coverage with the right price, helps you feel secure and protected. For decades, Mark's been a trusted agent protecting you against mayhem that is unpredictable. And he's always just a moment away when you need him. Mark Dwyron. For auto, home, life, and more, you're in good hands with Allstate. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to Rheem partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Rheem and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
Dr. Mike Stonington here from Stonington Farm Grass-Fed Beef. Here in South Mississippi on Stonington Farm, our steers are grass-fed and grass-finished. No grain, no hormones, no antibiotics, no mRNA vaccines. Our grass-fed and grass-finished beef is straight from our farm to your table. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and at StoningtonFarm.com. That's StoningtonFarm.com with 2 N's. And we deliver every 4 weeks to the Jackson area. We are the grass-fed difference.
From a cabin on a creek to a field where the big bucks sneak. Oh, yeah! Tom Smith Land and Homes. Find your place where your roots can grow. From hunting ground to your front door key, call the landman of Mississippi. Tom Smith Land and Homes. Yeah, the landman's who you need. Brought to you by Tom and Ellen Smith. Tom Smith Land and Homes. That's it.
Even with interest rates higher than recent norms, real estate values are still holding strong in Mississippi. We caught up again with one of Mississippi's top real estate agents, Shane Saxon, to explain his recent activity in the market.
In the last year or so, it's been the best of my career. Interest rates have been high, but the real estate market is here to stay. Land values especially are continuing to rise. Home values are holding. If you need help with anything in real estate, just give me a call.
Find Shane Saxon on Facebook or give him a call at 601-540-5040. Offer property 601-74-1435.
Here's what they're saying about Corcoran Door Company.
I'm going to yell out to one of your sponsors here, Corcoran Door. When the guy came out here, instead of just trying to throw a door up, he was looking at the way the house was facing. Man, with this double garage here on the south side, you might want to consider a insulated door. I came in earlier today about 2:30. The car thermometer said 99 degrees. The thermometer inside the garage was 82.
That's why they've been around 50 years.
Yeah.
Corkanddoor.com. CORKERN door.com.
It's all systems go this month at Mazda of Jackson. With rates as low as 0% with approved credit, come test drive the all-new, fully redesigned 2026 Mazda CX-5. More room for you and your cargo makes the third-generation CX-5 the best yet. Mazda's best-selling SUV also comes with 1-year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. And Mazda of Jackson still specializes in certified pre-owned vehicles with hassle-free trade-in options available. Shop online at MazdaJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road.
Sun coming up.
Welcome back in to the final minute or so of the Lindsay Beckham Show. Thank you to Mississippi Ready's Leah Ferretti for being here with us. I always love it when she's here, my partner in crime, what I call her. But Leah, tell everybody where they can find you.
Okay, you can find us anywhere on social media at Mississippi Ready or Be Mississippi Ready. We're on X, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and also check out our website at MississippiReady.org to learn more about education freedom and what opportunities we have in our state.
And y'all sign up for the emails. You don't flood with emails.
Oh gosh, I make sure I do not flood inboxes. Sign up for my newsletter. I'm very conscious about not flooding your inbox. You're not going to get a bunch of garbage from me. It's very short, very sweet.
It's something you need to know.
Yes.
When you do send out an email, it's usually something pertinent and something important that people do need to know. So y'all definitely go MississippiReady.org. Go sign up for the newsletter, and I'll be back tomorrow right here, same time, same place. Thank you, Leah.
Thank you.
Bye, y'all.